keep body and soul together. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, also known as Pajama Grandma, playing with my little stress ball. Oh, I love stress balls. I used to have a little stress boat, and my daughter lost her job the other day, and she brought home a giant stress ball, and my granddaughter and I were playing with it yesterday. It's the most fun thing to play with because you can squish it and goo it and make it all different fun shapes and play with it. And so our expression today and our topic today is how to keep body and soul together in all the craziness that's going on around us. Keeping body and soul together, this expression became popular in the 18th century, actually. It's been around for a really long time. And when people lose their money and their possessions, they often also lose their self-respect. I think there's a lot of people feeling really at odds right now and are afraid and worried and doubtful and losing our confidence and our self-respect because of so much change in such a short period of time. And it doesn't even if we lose our money and our possessions over a long period of time, it still feels bad. But when it happens, and it happens in mass to a whole lot of people, our livelihoods are cut off, and our ability to, do what we want when we want, pay for things, and even the necessities, it freaks us all out. And so what do you do to keep your body and soul together? Because freaking out and losing our self-esteem is not going to help us keep our businesses. If our businesses are shut down, instead of freaking out, what do we need to do? We need to find ways to continue to serve people, especially the people that we've been serving all along. Because guess what? If we're freaking out in our business, just think how much our customers, who are usually depending on us to provide products and service to them, are freaking out, right? And when everybody's freaking out, nothing gets done. So what are some things that you can do to keep your body and soul together and not freak out more than necessary, right? We're all going to have some stress and some doubt and some fears and worries around the current situation because the level of uncertainty in our lives right now has skyrocketed. There's always some level of uncertainty in our lives, but when it skyrockets and we feel like it's out of our control, it just has a much more profound impact on us. So what are we going to do about it? What can we do about it? How can we handle it? And how can we actually turn a situation that looks like it's all negative and all bad and all harmful to a positive for our life and set the example for other people? Well, first off, we need to take care of our physical bodies, our well-being. We need to take care of our health. We need to follow the guidelines. We need to social distance. We need to wash our hands. We need to drink plenty of fluids. We need to move our bodies and get some exercise. You know, that exercise routine that you haven't wanted to do forever because you had all kinds of excuses, the major excuse being, I don't have time. Guess what? A lot of us don't have that excuse anymore. We have the time, and so now what's our excuse? We actually have so much time that we, can spend that we might get over exercised, right? Boy, we could become in our best physical shape ever during this forced time off. So we need to take care of our bodies. We need to take care of our health. We need to take care of our minds, not only our soul, but we need to take care of our minds. Well, how do we do that? How the heck can we do that when there's so much stress and turmoil going on all around us? Number one, we focus on what we can do. We focus on the things that we can control and the things that we can change instead of on the things that we have absolutely positively no control over. I have no control over when the governor says you're safer at home and we need to comply with and follow those guidelines. Now, I 100% agree with them. We are safer at home, and the faster we all, do what we need to do and cooperate, I kind of wish we would have all done it at the same time in the entire country, because we'd probably be through or much further along in this first wave of the virus now. But since we didn't, the past, nothing you can do about the past. So we just have to keep moving forward and doing what we can do. But we can use this time to totally do things like attack our to-do list, the things that we've wanted to do forever, but we haven't had the time to do. We can look into things that we've always been curious about. We can look for ways to not only provide value and serve ourselves, but also in our family, but also other people. This is an unprecedented time in history to get creative, to get busy, and think of ways to serve people going forward. Because guess what? The world as we knew it a couple of weeks ago, it's not coming back exactly that same way again. And as an outlet, or as a result of that, some things and some businesses and some people are going to be forever impacted in negative ways if, this is so harsh, but if they let it happen. If you die of the coronavirus, you're done, right? But if you die anytime, you're done. If you get an illness and you die, it doesn't matter. What you want to do in your life and your business doesn't matter, because your life is over, right? But as long as we get through this and survive this, we all have an opportunity to be better off than when we came into it. Sometimes we look at the events in our life that have been the most painful, and we look back at them years later and we say, oh my gosh, that was terrible, but I made it through that situation. And I actually know now that because of that situation, my life took a different turn, and I am actually better off than I would have been had I stayed in that situation. I think of that when I think of jobs that I've gotten fired from or let go from, right? At the time, it felt like it was the end of the world, and it was devastating, and how was I going to feed my family, and how was I going to take care of myself, how was I going to pay my bills? But I always found another opportunity, right? There was always another opportunity right out there, and it was always a better opportunity for me, right? It was a better chance for me to take my life in a different direction. Even when I had a sudden cardiac arrest, most people would look back and they would say, geez, dying is pretty bad, and how can you see that as a blessing and a positive? But I had a personal hard stop in 2010 when I had a sudden cardiac arrest. I had a sudden cardiac arrest, and I died, and luckily they revived me. I went down in the right place at the right time where I could get help, and I didn't suffer massive brain damage, and I didn't die from that event. The vast majority of people that have an event like that stay dead. The technology of filtering your blood through a cooling system and saving your organs and mostly your brain function, I was fortunate enough to be one of the people that experienced and got to use that technology, because it was in the hospital that they shipped me off to after that event. So that was my hard stop. It was a hard stop where it was terrible because everything in my life stopped immediately, but it was also an opportunity to look at and decide and know full force that the direction my life was going was not working for me and was going to kill me, and I wouldn't have a second chance. And so I got to change everything I was doing. Now, here's the rub. I had to choose to change absolutely a lot of the things I was doing with respect to my lifestyle. I had to change my relationships because they weren't healthy for me. I had to change, not all of them, but some of them, the ones that weren't healthy, I had to change. I had to change what I was doing physically, what I was eating, how I was taking care of myself, what I was thinking was the biggest thing I had to change. And if I look back now and think about it, the biggest changes I had to make were actually in my thoughts and my thinking and my beliefs about my life and about what I should do versus what was really right for me. So use this time to keep your body and soul together by focusing on what you can do, not what you can't, focusing on the to-do list, the home improvement projects, the things around the house or for your business that you've been wanting to do forever that you can't do. Maybe there's a new product line or a new service that you've wanted to be launching, but you knew you needed to do some homework before you could actually put it into place. Well, now you've got the time to actually figure out how to do that. And maybe, just maybe, and I suspect, you will come up with even a better way to serve people going forward when the smoke clears and we can get back to running our businesses the way we want. And let's make sure that the way we want is better than it was before, so we can continue to make the world a better place. That's it. I would love to know your take on this and what you're doing to keep your body and soul together. Share in the comments below. If I can help you in any way, or if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments below. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow with another interesting idiom. What does it mean? Where did it come from? And how can you use it right now to make your life better? Take care.